So, for the last Rise of the Real podcast for the year 2020, I just wanted to take this opportunity to try and continue to awaken and enlighten people, but not through a way of using force or slandering tones of speech. I want to be impeccable with my word here and come across in a way that I can be genuinely received and um, just genuinely received in a good way without coming across being too overly aggressive, too angry, calling people dumb bastards. Like, that's not good. I want to come across in a way where people can understand what I'm saying, but also want to make it a way where it's not overly spiritually intellectual or just full of jargon. I want to make what I'm trying to say very, very comprehensible. So, bear with me. Here goes. Okay, so imagine looking at where we are now, December 31st. Imagine that on December 31st, 2019, a random guy came up to you in the street and he said that I'm going to take away all your freedoms, yeah, and you have to wear a mask.
Damn.
What would you say? So, if on December the 31st, 2019, yeah, a random guy in the street came up to you and said, I'm taking away all your freedoms and you have to wear a mask. Like, what would you say to that guy? Like, I'd tell him where to stick it, because obviously I wouldn't just take orders, yeah, from a random guy who's telling me that he's taking away my free will and I have to wear a face mask. Because why would I just accept that? I wouldn't, because I'm not a passive guy. I wouldn't just accept a randomer coming up to me in the street telling me he's going to take away my freedoms and then ordering me to wear a face mask. That's just not, like, I wouldn't accept that. So, fast forward, yeah, from this hypothetical theory from the 31st of December 2019, and let's fast forward into the year 2020. Let's say we're in, when does lockdown stuff start? Let's say we're in around April, yeah? So now, imagine mainstream media outlets and governments from all around the world are reporting that there is a COVID outbreak that has started in Wuhan, yep, and that it's severe and that's a pandemic and rah rah rah, and all this fear mongering began on the mainstream media and on the television, and obviously the fear mongering happened very easily, very quickly. A couple of stickers, a bit of social distancing here and there. And the way they set it up was that they programmed your minds, yeah, to just accept this and to go along with it, think it's cool. Okay, but hear me out now. So, you wouldn't accept, yeah, a random guy on December the 31st, 2019, coming up to you in the street and saying, I'm going to take away all your freedoms, yeah, in 2020, and you have to wear a face mask. Like, you wouldn't accept that. So then, why would you, yeah, accept that same narrative, yeah, coming out of Wuhan, or coming from government officials, coming from the World Health Organization? Why would you then just accept that, yeah, and believe that like it's the absolute truth without doing no independent research, none of your own research, without looking at these fake paid for fact checkers that aren't true, that are sponsored by the people that are trying to suppress the truth? without actually reading books, without actually going on BitChute, without actually thinking for yourself, yeah? Why would you just accept that? Now, I know I wouldn't accept that, yeah, because I use my mind. I'm a free thinker. I don't just accept or do what I'm told because I have to think. I have to think things through logically. I have to think, okay, what's the benefit of this? Why am I doing this for? Rah, rah, rah. I wouldn't just aimlessly follow something I've been told to do because I'm not a submissive, like passive kind of person like that. So now the issue is, look, yeah, on this earth, right, we have been living in the industrial age for a very long time. And the way things have been set up was that you must go to work, you must listen to the government, like everything you hear on the TV, the radio is true, rah, rah, rah. And obviously, like grandparents and great grandparents and, ancestors have had some of these same beliefs drilled into them too. However, now we are in a new age. We're in the age of Aquarius. And things are completely different. So, if someone's telling you something right now, for example, let's say there's a virus coming out of Wuhan, we're calling it the coronavirus, yeah? Okay, so now, I've heard that on the news, but what we can now do, yeah, in the age of Aquarius, in the information age that we live in, with the technology you have available to us, we can actually research things for ourselves, yeah, and decipher what is truth from falsehood by doing our own independent research. So, for example, yeah, I know that the coronavirus, yeah, is an already patented virus, and it was patented many years ago, like way before this. And what does something mean when it's patented? So when something's patented, yeah, it means it's man-made. Like you can't. This isn't a natural virus. This is a man-made virus made in a lab with a patent. So this virus has already been patented, yeah. So that's already fishy, like just to begin with. So that would already have me thinking, right? And then all this other stuff. So let's have a look. For example, I'd look at why is Bill Gates so involved in this? Like, what's he got to do with this all? I'd have a look at Ted Ross, the World Health Organization. What role do they play? Like, I'd discover the truth about Ted Ross, who he is, like what he's on, what role does he play, and obviously, look, the more you start to do your own research, yeah, the more and more things start to open up, and the more and more you start to understand things about how the world works, why things are the way they are, why your mindset's not very good, why you feel a certain way, why you feel a certain way after binging apps for so many hours or binging certain activities for many hours. All these things will start making sense to you. So, with what I've said, look, it's only a small start, and I could talk for hours on this because there's so much research and so much knowledge out there for you to learn, and I can't just deliver it all in one speech, in one lecture. But however, what I can do is try and help others awaken for the benefit of society and for the benefit of humanity without getting angry at others, without judging others, and without belittling others, because there's no need for that. So, as you can see, I'm trying to come across it in a different way with a different approach. So, just have a little bit of time for me and have a little bit of time for yourself, because most importantly, like, this is for you, and like, I just want to do this to help humanity ascend, because that's what I came here to do. So, one thing you can do, yeah, because look, research, yeah, it's very tedious. Like, you might not want to go on WikiLeaks and look for this specific article about this and that, whatever, yeah, and you might not be able to find it and whatever. Okay, I understand, yeah. You might not want to do all this tedious, long, drawn out process of research. So, one thing you can do to better understand this COVID pandemic, you can watch the Plandemic documentary on the internet, yeah, and you can download it, you can share it to your mates. It's called Indoctrination, yeah, and it's with Dr. Judy Mikovich, who was like silent, so basically speaking out and speaking the truth against this corruption and the global healthcare system. After she did this, she was then made out to be some kind of criminal, even though she isn't. And there's many platforms, yeah, of information. So look, if you can take 1 hour 16 minutes, yeah, of your day to type in Plandemic, to go on Plandemic series website, yeah, which is https://plandemicseries.com. You can watch a 1 hour 16-minute video, yeah, and it basically explains more than enough, yeah, for you to get your teeth into and to get your head around about this virus, about what's going on. However, look, so many people that are on the other side, because they've made this like a half and half battle, because, well, obviously it's not a battle, but half of us are spiritually awake, yeah, spiritually alive, have been for many years. However, many people on this planet Earth, yeah, are just very plugged in. And by plugged in, I mean like, you just believe everything you get told. You just believe the mainstream media like it's absolute truth. Like, you don't question anything. Like, you're just plugged into the system that keeps you down, keeps you oppressed. So when you step out of the system, or it's not even about stepping out of the system, but when you're in the system, yeah, you don't want to look into anything else. You don't want to look into anything that questions your belief, anything that questions your narrative. You just want to stick to the status quo and carry on believing everything you've believed your whole life, because it's just the easy thing to do. You don't want to, like, I don't know, you don't want to expand your horizon, you don't want to expand your mind, but is that right? Is that the right thing to do? No. The right thing to do, yeah, would be to look at both sides, yeah, and form form your own opinion, yeah? But form your own opinion from your own critical research and analysis. Did you understand that? Come to your own conclusion, yeah, but from your own critical analysis and research. Not from what the media are telling you is right and wrong. Not what I'm telling you is right and wrong. Do your own research. So, just by watching this 1 hour 16-minute Plandemic video, yeah, you will already be more clued up, yeah, than most of the people that don't take their time out of the day to watch these things or to actually learn about real stuff, because they just don't care. So, with this video, you'll watch it. It might open your eyes. Then, the next video I advise you to go watch would be go onto BitChute and watch For Cabal. So many people use BitChute because YouTube is owned by Google, and obviously Google have censorship and they block out certain things and you can't say certain stuff about your videos getting removed. So for freedom of speech and free speech, the best platform to use and to learn from is BitChute. So go onto BitChute, go onto the search bar and type in For Cabal. FALLCABAL. A B A L. For Cabal. Right, there's parts 1 to 10. It is a 2 hour 56. 2 hour 56? Sorry, it is a 2 hour 58 minute documentary kind of thing, right? However, this 3 hours of your time of your life will completely open your mind to stuff that you would have never thought was even happening on the earth, and things that are actually taking place on the earth. And just from watching this 3 hour video, you would have expanded your consciousness. You will begin to awaken. You have, yeah, so I've asked you to watch, right? So about 4 hours and let's say 4 hours and 20 minutes worth of videos, right? Just from what, so you could spend, yeah, let's say you watch football, so you spend 90 minutes watching football, so that's an hour and a half, yeah? Or you watch that favourite Netflix series, right, and you watch every episode, so you've been watched the whole season had 12 episodes or something, so you've watched 12 hours of Netflix, yeah? In this lockdown, you've had April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, about 9 months. You've had about 9 months to do your own independent research, to form your own critical analysis, yeah, about what you believe is actually going on in the world. And you couldn't spend 4 hours watching something that will actually expand your mind and help you understand stuff. You couldn't spend 4 hours, yeah, in 9 months. But you've probably completed how many box sets? How many box sets have you completed during this lockdown? How many books have you not read during this lockdown? Like, people on this earth, like in my generation, we need to be so much more mindful about what we're actually doing. Like, we are the future. Like, this is our life we're living now, yeah? We can't just be sat there glued to our iPhones, to our smartphones, to our Androids all day, yeah? Just sat on these pointless dopamine addictive apps, which are specifically made to be super addictive. Just sat there with our phones in our hands, scrolling, posting pointless rubbish. Pointless stuff, yeah, that isn't going to help me, help you, help your kids, help your grandkids. It's not going to help no one, right? We're just doing a lot of junk. Like, we're distracted by bullshit, like OnlyFans, yeah? Like, you're doing OnlyFans, yeah? But you couldn't take 4 hours out of your life to expand your mindset. Like, everyone just wants instant success, overnight success, instant fame, instant gratification, instant likes, instant dopamine. But this dopamine cycle that you're hooked on, yeah, it isn't natural, and it will just lead you to the fire. It will just lead you to a point of no return, because it's not healthy, it's not natural. You need to connect to what's real, what's natural, and that will completely change your life. So, if you watch Full Cabal, yeah, you will begin to see how the media manipulates the world, yeah, and how the world is controlled by like the 13 families that own all the world's media corporations. It will also open your eyes to satanic ritual and child trafficking, which is another case on its own. However, it is also tied into this COVID plandemic that we are seeing now. You will learn that the royal family has these satanic ties and these paedophile roots. You will find that many people you might have liked or known in the film, music industry are also part of these satanic cults. And you will also find that the world is nothing like the way you thought it was after watching this documentary. So, after you watch the documentary, what will happen? Well, that's on you. You will watch the documentary, yeah, and you will feel different. Like your brain's gonna feel different. You're gonna start thinking differently. You're gonna think, like why is this the way it is, or like why did I not know this, or why have I been acting like this, or like what can I do differently? Which is good. That's how you should be thinking. Or you might just think, oh well, it doesn't affect me. I can't do anything to change it. Like, rah, I'm a nobody. I'm a small guy, whatever, and just go about your day, go about your life, and that's fine if you want to do that. No problem. But however, yeah, now on Earth, we are being presented with an amazing opportunity to ascend and to change the planet for the benefit of all, for the benefit of society. This COVID pandemic, yeah, there is a 99.6% survival rate. The odds are in your favor. Like it's not even half. Like for example, if the odds were like there's like a 51% of death, 51% chance of death, then you know what I mean. You'd be more inclined to be bit more cautious, a bit more scared, perhaps a bit more. But listen, yeah, 99.6% survival rate. That is a 0.4% chance that you will die of COVID, or of even catching it for that matter. So we've had many reports from many professionals. There's been many studies citing that the PCR tests are faulty, that they don't work, that you can literally test anything, or like yeah, you can literally try anything with it and it will come up with positive or negative. Um, it doesn't really do what it's intended to do, and obviously that's all part of the scam. It's all part of the fear mongering. You have to understand, yeah, these satanic pedophiles, these people that are in control of this show, they don't care about you. They don't care about our families. They don't care about your health. They don't care about the people on your estate. They don't care about the kids that are in poverty. They don't care about the kids that haven't been fed for about 2 weeks. They don't care about the struggling mums who are going through the psychological stress of trying to raise raise children with no money. They don't care about the people that have lost their jobs. They don't care about the struggling fathers, the struggling men, the men with mental health issues, the high male suicide rates. They don't care. They're not bothered. All they care about is pushing satanic ritual agendas, yeah, that make you less whole and make you disconnected from society. They want to separate us. They want to disconnect us. They want to divide us. Divide and conquer is their plan. Always has been. Then you can do some research into something called the Great Reset, the World Economic Forum. There's another thing called Clade X, which was a pandemic exercise. So they've already done like a pretend exercise for the pandemic, and then the next year they've actually rolled it out, and people just believe this because they don't do any research, and then they just believe what they get told in the news, which in turn makes me get angry. I start getting vexed. The people on your social media feeds start getting vexed because yeah, look, when you know the truth, right, you know the truth, and you awaken and you change, and nothing's ever the same again, right? But because that, you forget how, like, hear me out, listen, yeah? I might be calling people, oh, you're a dumb bastard, you're a normie, you're a sheep, yeah? Understand, I was a normie, dumb bastard sheep once, like, I don't mean to say it in a way of attack or vengeance, that's just me being bad mouth, not using my best vocabulary, but what I'm trying to say is, look, yeah, I was plugged in before. I fully admit I was very, very plugged in. I did not have a fucking clue about what was happening in the world. I didn't understand how the world works. I didn't understand a lot of things because I just didn't know. I just plugged in. I thought everything was normal. I just thought this was life. But it's not. And that's the thing. So when you awaken and you actually learn the truth and you start to enlighten yourself and you step into your power, then it's only right that you then use your knowledge and your skills to help other people and to help society grow. Like, what's the point of acquiring knowledge, yeah, or changing, and then just like, I don't know, not basically not hoping. Like, you could know all the knowledge in the world, yeah, and you could be the smartest guy, but what is the point of having all that knowledge or being the smartest guy in the world if it has no benefit? Like, you can't offer that hope to anybody. You can't offer that service to anybody. You can't offer that information to anybody. Like, there's just no point. So the thing here is that, like, the people that are awake, yeah, we get angry at the people that are stuck in the matrix, that are sleeping, because, yeah, A, it's our freedom. We don't want to lose our freedom. B, yeah, you got to stand up and fight for what is right. Like, many of you believe that, I don't know, being passive, yeah, or like just acting very like in a feminine way, yeah, is like deals with problems or get sorts things out. It's not the case. Like, you have to, like, as men, yeah, we have to step up, yeah, and actually deal with things, deal with society, deal with these people that are in control, because that they're just what, maybe one person or one group of people, maybe a team of 12, might have a few agents here and there, whatever, yeah. But we are the majority. Like, us as the people hold the main power, and that's what the mainstream society, the ones that are plugged in, don't realize, that we could overthrow these people if we all came together and create a new, fresh, abundant world full of love, unity, harmony, joy, synchronicity. Everyone would have food. There would be no poverty. They can lock down nearly every state, every country in the world, yeah, thanks to mainstream media and thanks to a fear campaign, a propaganda fear campaign. They can shut down the world, yeah, but they can't end world hunger. They can't end global poverty. Like, they can do this. They can do this very easily. There's enough wealth, there's enough resources, there's enough money on this planet, yeah, for that to happen. But they don't. They don't do this. They make it so that it's a game. We're all crabs in a bucket. We all have to step on each other's toes to get to the top. We can't build together. We can't work together. Rah rah rah. It's us against him, me against them, blacks against whites, Asians against whatever. And this mindset, yeah, is fucking us. Like, it's not how we're supposed to be. Yo, if we all came together as one, like with the same one consciousness that we all have, yeah, I'm a reflection of you and you are a reflection of me. I am a reflection of you and you are a reflection of me. You might not like the reflection of yourself that I portray on you, and I might not like the perception of you that you portray in me. However, yeah, I am you and you are me, and that I am you and you are me, and that is the truth. Like, we all have the same one consciousness. So, when we all come together, yeah, regardless, this is what I'm saying, regardless of race, skin color, ethnicity, religion, yeah, all religion is pointing to the one higher truth. Like, all the religion, yeah, it's just a path back to yourself. Obviously, you have to read the textbooks. You don't have to do the ritual stuff. You don't. Religion, yeah, has a lot of ritual stuff in it, which doesn't really help you. And that's not me being blasphemous or whatever. That is just the truth. However, what religion does have, yeah, is great text. You learn from the text sets you free, and then you step into your power. Like, you become that. You activate the consciousness. Like, you are God, you are a goddess. Believe that. However, yeah, look, it doesn't matter necessarily what religion you are, what your skin color is, what your age is, what your height is, yeah, what crepes you have, what t-shirt you have, what brands you wear, yeah, none of that shit matters. We all eat, we all have to eat, we all have to drink clean water, we all shit, we all urinate, we all go to sleep. They are just like, what, 5 essentials, yeah? We all eat, we all sleep, we all drink clean water, we all shit, and we all urinate. But literally, yeah, every human has the same. Obviously, some people may be born with a disability, as a disclaimer, But as human beings, yeah, understand we're all born with the same one consciousness. Obviously, we are all born with free will. So what you then choose to do with your mind and your consciousness, and also a lot of it depends on how you were brought up during your first 7 years of life. They shape how you are as a person very much. However, yeah, it doesn't matter. You have to unlearn all the bullshit patterning, yeah, that has been installed in your mind. Reprogram your subconscious mind to one of abundance, to one of unity, to one of oneness. And then your mind and your life and the world can and will change. But until that moment, whilst we've still got people living on this planet living in fear, in a fear state, and the majority of people live in fear, and the majority of people are passive, and the majority of people are submissive to the government and just do what they're told, nothing will change. This is why we are getting so angry. This is why people are getting really fed up now, because if you don't do the research, yeah, if you don't take the time out, if you don't start getting distracted by your smartphone and these apps on your phone, if you don't stop getting distracted by pornography, if you don't stop getting distracted by drugs and alcohol, yeah, and actually did the research, just took just 4 hours, I've just said, just watch 2 documentaries, yeah? I'm not even telling you to read a book. I'm not even telling you to go on this website that's some random stuff and then download Tor browser and do this. No, I'm asking you to watch 2 simple documentaries. One Plandemic documentary that can easily be found, and one documentary on BitChute that can easily be found just by searching for Cabal on BitChute. I'm asking you to watch 2 documentaries, yeah, that will take 4 hours out of your life, yeah, that will actually help change humanity and shift your mind. It will actually help change your life too. So people understand we get frustrated because if you can't take the time out to do these small things, yeah, then nothing's going to change. They're just going to keep implying lockdown after lockdown upon us because they know that they can, they know that the people are passive, they know that like nobody cares enough to actually stand up to anything. And so what, basically what, you happy just going to the gym for 1 month, yeah, getting back into it, and then what, you out the gym again for 2 months, and you got to start again a month later. Oh, and then they're going to do another lockdown again 2 months after that. So what, are you happy just stop starting gym every other month? Are you happy just stop starting going to work sometimes not going to work? Are you happy just stop starting your life because someone on TV that has no power or control over your life told you so? Understand, yeah, your life is with the divine power. Your life is with your creator. Your life is between you and the divine creator. You are a sovereign being. You are a divine spiritual being. I don't care if you're a man or woman. I don't care who you are listening to this. Your core essence, yeah. Unless you're from a different breed or race of reptilia, yeah, your core essence is that you are a divine spiritual being. Understand, number 10 Downing Street, yeah, Boris Johnson, Matt Hancock, the other guy, I don't even know his name, Cummins, and you got the Asian brother as well, I can't remember his name. These people have no dominion over your life. These people have no dominion over your free will, over your sovereignty. These people are trying to tell you, yeah, that you cannot breathe your own you cannot breathe in, yeah, fresh oxygen. They're trying to make you wear a mask. They're trying to muzzle you up, and you're just going along with it. You're just compliant. Like, this is why, like, world wars happen. This is why bad things happen in the world, yeah, because, and this is not even to be negative, because in the world good things happen each day, yeah, but this is why in the world that bad things happen every day, negative things happen every day, yeah, because people just turn a blind eye to stuff. People just passively ignore stuff because it suits them and it's the easy thing to do. Just brush it under the carpet, look for the quick way out. But enough of that, because it's not helping society, it's not helping anyone in any way. So yeah, 4 hours. Just take 4 hours of your time, yeah, just to watch 2 videos. And then look, yeah, if you really wanted to, yeah, you want to spend just 1 more hour, right? 1 more hour. Watch a documentary called Out of the Shadows. Out of the Shadows, yeah, is about a Hollywood stunt actress, yeah, who worked in the Hollywood media and film industry for many years as a stuntman. He then got injured doing a stunt and had to go to physio, had to go to doctors, whatever, in Hollywood, where the doctors and nurses would describe to him some of the satanic ritual abuse taking place in Hollywood. They would describe to him having to stitch up children, having to put them back together, having to do surgery after the satanic ritual abuse that happens day in, day out in Hollywood because no one cares, because everyone turns a blind eye to it. You all went to that George Floyd protest, yeah? You all cared about George Floyd, even though to me it looks like a psyop. It looks like a George Soros psyop. That's what it looks like to me, to be honest, right? You all went crazy over Black Lives Matter and George Floyd because the media told you to. Like, it looks bad on TV. There was some feds like on his neck, yeah, which could have easily been staged. When the ambulance arrives, a soldier hops out of the ambulance. Like, when have you ever seen, yeah? Obviously, I know it's not in England; it was in America. But when have you ever seen an ambulance arrive, yeah, on scene somewhere, and a fully dressed soldier hops out of the ambulance? Like that never happens. So that all looks very staged to me. But because the media said Black Lives Matter and we're gonna make a big media storm out of it, and we're gonna push it everywhere, and we're gonna make the propaganda super intense. You guys lapped it up. You guys like, yeah, Black Lives Matter, hashtag Blackout Tuesday. This fucking get down to your next local Black Lives Matter protest and rah rah rah. And like, you was all going crazy for it. Because why? Why was you going crazy for it? Yeah, because the media told you to go crazy for it. Like, the media wasn't telling you to go crazy. Yo, George Floyd could have died, yeah. Even if it was real, right? George Floyd could have died that day, yeah. And it could have got no coverage. It literally could have got no media coverage. Like, I guarantee, yeah, there's a black guy somewhere in the world that gets shot or killed, or some fuckeries happens to him every day, yeah, and he gets no media coverage. But because of the time we're in, and how they were going along with this COVID plandemic stuff, right? They needed to distract you from doing your own research. They needed to distract you from going within, from doing the meditation work, from doing the subconscious work, from doing the affirmation work. They wanted to distract you from doing all that stuff, yeah? And they wanted to plague your mind with different agendas to then take your ball off the game. Like, you're missing the Epstein game, you're missing the Prince Andrew saga, the child trafficking. Like, nobody, like, they've done it so, yeah, everyone turns a blind eye to the real problem, which is child trafficking and satanic ritual, which actually negatively affects society in a massive way. They've done it so obviously you turn a blind eye to this, and that quickly gets brushed under the carpet, like Ghislaine Maxwell. And this COVID thing just stays prominent, and like, no one does any research into it, and no one cares, and everyone just cares about Black lives instead, because we want to make that agenda for the month, because it distracts people, and also, not only does it distract people, it divides and conquers people. But either way, yeah, I'm not against any, like, big man thing, me personally, yeah, I fully have love for every race, every person, every culture. Like, I'm not like racist like that. Like, I love white man, I love black man, I love Asian man, I love Chinese, man. Like I'm blessed with all cultures and ethnicities. And to be honest, yeah, in 2021, if you're not blessed, yeah, with all cultures and ethnicities, and then that's on you, because like it's 2021, man. Like, come on, there's no need to be hating on next man because of um his 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 race, his ethnicity. Like, there's no need for that at all. Like, it's just very dim, small-minded, ignorant thinking. Yeah, come on, it's 2021. Yeah, like we can't be coming into New Earth, yeah, with this poverty, divide and conquer, yeah, just poor man's bullshit mindset. No, we're past that now. This is the new Earth. This is 5D. This is a new timeline. So yeah, just be conscious, just be mindful of the things you do, of what you're doing in your daily life. And even just from me, yeah, just speaking my truth this year, putting certain stuff out on Instagram or whatever, yeah, YouTube and stuff. Um, it's hoped awaken many other people, and other people then start looking into stuff, and then they tell their friends about stuff, and then their friends tell their friends, and certain people start to awaken, and then more and more people start to awaken, and this is how it works, like a trigger. So not only when you start doing research do you change your own life, yeah, and you start doing the self-improvement work, your own life changes, yeah, but you then start to impact and change the lives of others, which is key, which is what this life is about. Like, understand, life is not a game of like giving for getting. It's not always tit for tat, yeah. But understand, in like business or yeah, certain things, if you want to get ahead in life, yeah, give for free, give stuff for free, give people, yeah, free knowledge, give people information, or give them free something, yeah, free stuff that is gonna help them. And that is just a basic technique for not even necessarily sales. That's just a basic technique, yeah, just to drive up your own market, your own influence. Just give free knowledge. Just be of value. Like, I'm doing this video here, yeah, and I'm not even going into absolute clinical spiritual jargon, absolute depth, yeah, that I could, because I'm trying to keep it just very, easy for everyone, very understandable, just very simple. Just check out 2 or 3 videos. Rah, rah, rah. Just have a little general chat. I'm not going to be sat here calling everyone sheep. Just trying to keep it general, trying to give some free knowledge. And that's all I've been trying to do all year. Just give some free knowledge, build up my profile, build up my platform. If it helps awaken others, helps awaken one guy, great, I'm happy. The one other guy awakens a couple guys he works on site with, I'm happy. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm just doing my work, I'm doing something, I'm being of value, yeah? I'm not just sat there posting, look at my curry, look at my naked palette, look at my new foundation, 20% off Fashion Nova. Like, you're doing nothing for society. Like, you're literally doing nothing. Like, you're doing nothing but being a bot, but being a non-player character, being a robot. Like, you're just playing into the system's hands. We need more people, yeah, actually embodying the truth of what it means to be a human being, actually stepping into their power, actually, resembling what it means to be a human female, human male. Do you know what I mean? But nowadays, you just got people supporting any left, right agenda, some liberalist, liberal. I can't say this. Liberal. Oh my god, liberalist. This is funny. I can't lie. Liberalist, liberal. Is it liberalist? Liberal. That is such a hard word to pronounce. That is really a hard word. So I'm gonna say liberalism. Liberalism. Okay, so everyone will be supporting this genuine liberalism agenda, which basically means anything goes, go along with this, do that, anything, there's no rules, nothing matters, yeah. Have as many abortions as you want, like, have as much unprotected sex as you want. It doesn't matter if you get pregnant, we'll just abort it anyway. Um, like, women take birth control, yeah, which messes them up. Like, this is what I'm trying to say, look, yeah, so when you start doing research, everything will make sense. Everything will start falling into place, yeah. And everything about society, yeah, will just, you'll be able to see through it, the veil will be lifted, yeah. So, for example, like, you probably know a woman or you've been with a girl, yeah, and she's been on birth control before and she started acting moody and she had bad mood swings and rah 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 and she doesn't feel like herself, yeah, because these chemicals are genetically engineered, yeah, they're modified, and we give them to our women, like women take them, yeah, and it makes them not like themselves, like it makes them ill because they're messing with the natural flow of the divine feminine. They're messing with the natural flow of nature. They're messing with their own natural bodies, yeah, by putting chemically engineered bullshit, yeah, that was only pushed by the feminist agenda, which was like which was another political play to finesse women. And then yeah, so basically, look, what's happened is, right, like I found this funny. Like somewhat, this girl said I'm a misogynist, yeah, which is not true. Like I love women, like women are great, women are sexy, you know, women are beautiful. Like without, like, as a man, yeah, without like, if there was a world, yeah, with no women and it was just men, the world would be fucking. You'd just be so many angry, horny men. Do you know what I'm saying? Like we need women. Like women are great. Women have many things to offer, to value. Um, so yeah, women have many things to offer and are value, yeah, in a number of different ways. Like they're nurturing, like obviously the childcare stuff. We need women to give birth. Like I'm not just being sexist and saying women are this, women are that. It's not true. But through society, yeah, look, men and women have had certain roles, like where men and women are better at certain things. Like men are rational, women are emotional beings. Like it's very, it's very basically the way everything's set up here by divine law was orchestrated perfectly by our creator in a perfectly laid out way. Until here's what happened. Until certain Satanists, yeah, started playing the system to genetically modify things, yeah, to send society going in the opposite direction, in a different grain, against divine law, against the natural way society is supposed to be. So the feminism movement, yeah, like this is why girls support feminism. Well, I don't know why they support feminism. A lot of them just believe it because they just believe everything they get told because they're just liberal. But the thing is, look, yeah, he might have got told feminism was because um, we needed things like women's votes and stuff like that, and rah rah. And don't get me wrong, yo, that sounds great. That sounds good, yeah. Like women's votes, and I'm not saying that's just pointless or whatever. But this is what it is, yeah. They make it sound like yeah, feminism, it's about women's voting rights, and some woman got ran over by a horse at the Grand National or something rah rah rah, and we'll make it the whole big story about that, yeah. But what they didn't tell you was that they pushed a feminist agenda after World War One and World War Two, yeah, because by having more women. Okay, so before World War One, World War Two, yeah, women didn't want to go work like that. Women used to stay at home, you know, look after the house, look after the kids, raise the children, raise the home. Obviously, they could work if they wanted to, but it wasn't a necessity. Like the man would go out, earn the bread, the woman would take care of the home. After World War One and World War Two, they started pushing this feminist agenda because they wanted women. They wanted more women in the workplace. They started sending more women to work here, obviously, so you can rebuild the country quicker, rebuild everything quicker, yeah. Because obviously a world war just taken place. Think about this, and this isn't even long ago. This is what 50 years ago, 60 years ago, yeah. So they want women to work now. So they've pushed a feminist agenda. Yeah, women are great, women are strong, men can do this, women can do it too, yeah. Okay, so they've got women working, and then they've done that so, obviously, when you go to work, you get taxed. So now, hold on a second. Prior to this, we were only getting taxed on men, because only really the men were working. But hold on a second, if we can start taxing the women by sending them to work, we might as well get all them into work too, and start making tax off them, so we can also put more money into to rebuild and to save for the state and put it in the state system. So they've lied about the feminist thing, yeah, to basically get women to go to work after the World War so the government can earn tax off their wages. Facts. And then they had this whole sexual liberation thing. That whole era. 1 second. See, because I've got my laptop, I can do something called independent research, which is great. Hold on a second. Yeah, so the modern birth control movement started in sorry, hold on a second. The societal acceptance of birth control required the separation of sexual activity from procreation, making birth control a highly controversial subject in some countries at some points in the 20th century. Birth control also became a major theme in feminist politics. Reproduction issues were cited as examples of women's powerlessness to exercise their rights. Starting in the 1930s and intensifying in the 60s and 70s, the birth control movement advocated for legislation of abortion and large-scale education campaigns about contraception by governments. In a broader context, birth control became an arena for conflict between liberal and conservative values, raising questions about family, personal freedom, state intervention, religion in politics, sexual morality and social welfare. Yeah, so basically, in the late 60s and 70s, birth control became a thing. So before this, there was never really like the pill and shit like this, right? So women then became sexually liberated and freed in the 60s and 70s, yeah, taking this genetically modified birth control, yeah, which it's not natural, it's not from the ground, it's not organic, yeah. And because of this whole feminist movement that's being pushed at the time, they made it sound good. Yay, look, we're getting this now, we're getting birth control, we're being allowed to vote, we're getting this and that, yeah. And they're getting a plethora of different things and it all sounds great. Sounds like a dream, yeah. But it's not. So the birth control, as we all know, fucks women up. Like, it makes them fucked. Like, they're overly emotional, their mood swings are more intense, like they're not themselves anymore. And it's due to the birth control. And why this is like this is because, yeah, wait, what am I saying here? So why is it like this? So this whole feminism movement, yeah, they're trying to make women, yeah, act like men. They're trying to make women, yeah, be like men. And what they've been doing in the meanwhile to men is making men act like women, trying to make men become more like women. passive, weak, and overly emotional, just like not men anymore. So they've been trying to make women, yeah, our divine feminines, act like men, thanks to the feminism movement, and in return, they've been making men act like women. Now, this creates a massive divide. Women do not like nice guys. Women do not like weak men. Women like strong, masculine men, yeah, who stand for something, who lead, who can lead men, who can lead themselves, who can lead the family, who can protect them, yeah. They don't like weak beta males. They don't like weak guys that don't stand for nothing, can't stand up for themselves, can't protect them. They don't want that. Like, you're a man. You're supposed to be able to fight for something. You're supposed to be able to use your logical brain, yeah, to connect to higher powers, to connect to source, to offer guidance to the world. That's what you're supposed to do as a man. However, the problem is now, yeah, is that most men are disconnected to their core essence, yeah, to their sacred masculine self, because they're addicted to porn. They're on this dopamine trail. They become like weak, womanly, like feminized men. Like, it's not good, yeah. And women, on the return, have started acting like men, and obviously no guy wants a woman that acts like a man. Like, that's not sexy. That's not nice in any way. Like, you know, you with a girl, yeah, and she literally acts like a man. She could be one of the man them. Like, it's not really sexy like that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we we like women that are feminine. Everything's polarity. So the polarity. Imagine a magnet. Yeah, opposites attract. So the masculine man attracts the feminine woman. Like, if you act like a manly woman, yeah, you're gonna attract beta males, and if you act like a beta male, you're gonna attract feminists. Like, that's how it works. Obviously, yeah, no one wants to be in a relationship with a overt feminist, and no woman wants to be in a relationship with a nice guy, beta male. That's why she cheats on him. That's why, do you know what I mean? This is why this fuckery goes on now, because everything's backwards. Society is backwards. This is why you have to wake up and learn loads of bullshit programming, yeah, and reprogram your subconscious mind with the actual truth, to continue humanity, to continue our race, to continue what we have built over these past millenniums. So, the birth control fucks up women, yeah? We know this. And this whole feminism movement, yeah, isn't for necessarily the benefit of women or the benefit of society. It's not. It's honestly not. It works against men, and even worse, women support it, and it works against them in the worst ways. So they're taking this birth control, yeah, fucking themselves up, ruining their own divine feminine essence, ruining their own divine feminine flow. And then, even worse, they have like the whole abortion thing. So, okay, I understand that before there was abortion centers or abortion pills, yeah, that even if a woman got accidentally pregnant, yeah, she would try and like get the kid out with a hanger or something, like a coat hanger or something, a wire hanger, yeah, or she would just try and like, you know what I mean, throw herself down the stairs or punch her stomach or something to try and abort the baby. Now, I don't think that is good either. Like, I'm not condoning that, because obviously, like, let's say you're a woman, she got pregnant, yeah, and then like she's trying to get the kid out with a coat hanger or something. Like, she's gonna damage herself, potentially kill herself, yeah, and then maybe cause more serious injury than what was intended. However, yeah, the whole abortion thing isn't good, because what it teaches women and also men is that, okay, look, yeah, I can have sex with you, yeah, I might not even use protection, and then if I bust inside you or something and get you pregnant, oh, it doesn't matter, because you can just get the abortion pill. We'll just destroy that life. Like, it's all fun and games. It doesn't matter. So not only are they making you take pills, yeah, that are genetically modified, that are not good for you, to stop you from getting pregnant in the first place, they're then saying, oh, even if you do get pregnant, we've got a pill that can just abort the life, you know, you don't have to deal with it. You don't have to deal with any of the stress, any of the struggles. We'll get rid of the kid, which then creates a society, yeah, of just moralless, undisciplined, unbridled people, fam. Because, yo, if you just have that mentality of like, yeah, I'm just gonna fuck any guy, every guy, yeah, or vice versa, yeah, and it doesn't matter if they're getting pregnant because I can just abort the kid, yeah. That is fucked. That is not good. Like that is not a good mentality to have. Can you understand what I'm saying? That is not a good mentality to have, yeah, for society, because it ruins everything. So what they've done is, yeah, they've ruined divine flow. They're trying to ruin divine flow, yeah, by making people um as least moral as possible, yeah. Making people addicted to dopamine, getting them on the dopamine rat trap. Um, they're trying to ruin us by putting fluoride in our water, in our toothpaste. Use fluoride-free toothpaste. Drink only certain bottled water, or buy distilled water, or buy a water filter. Don't drink tap water. So they've been trying to make, like I say, they've been making men feminized, yeah, free porn, making them weak, wasting their life force every day, and they're trying to make women like men, yeah, and also as sexually active as possible, yeah, so that no real man of high value, yeah, would want to settle down with them because and build a family because she's been run through so many times. I made a video on about like it. I call the video "It Ain't That," and I kept saying stuff like, "Oh, you're a Jezzy," and rah rah rah, and like it might have came across the wrong way and people were getting offended. But my point was that it's not that you're a Jezzy. No, that wasn't my point. My point was that, yeah, they push stuff like OnlyFans, yeah, and abortion and whatever, yeah, to make you think that you're an empowered female, think you're an empowered woman, yeah, when really you're not. This isn't normal. Like most guys, yeah, don't think and look at that stuff and think, yeah, that's a woman I want to settle down with. I want a woman that's had 5 abortions and she's got 30,000 fans on OnlyFans. Like, we don't want that. We just want, yeah, just like women just want strong men, yeah, who get it, yeah. Men just want a divine feminine, yeah, that's in a feminine frame, in divine flow with natural order and divine law, so that we can build a family together in a family unit. Do you understand what I'm saying? But this is why there's such a gender wars thing, because no one wants to settle down with vice versa, yeah, when, you know what I mean, they got this, that, and the other, and everything's just messy. Like, it's not how it was intended to be. Whereas before, yeah, when people weren't like this, well, in the West, basically, you'd get married maybe at a younger age, have sex then, perhaps like after marriage, have a child after marriage in a family unit, and it's all to protect like the children. Because here's the thing, so look, yeah, you have all this free will, you have all this stuff here, this birth control, this abortion pill, yeah, and still, like, you're bringing kids into the world, and you're bringing people into the world, yeah, that then grow up with like no stable father, no stable mother, no. Do you understand what I'm saying? No set values, no family unit, yeah, because all these things before these changes, yeah, made it a certain way in which the whole basic core, yeah, of a family unit has been destroyed. That they want to destroy the family unit. If they destroy the family unit, yeah, they destroy neighborhoods, they destroy communities, they destroy a lot of things. So we have to, yeah, as men, we have to do better. We have to do better to be these sacred masculine beings, yeah, to be strong men, to be real men, to be leaders, yeah, to have that knowledge to educate our sons, to educate their sons, to educate our grandkids, to educate our own kids, yeah. We have to have that knowledge to indoctrinate them with the right information in their years of theta state. between 0 to 7. We have to have the right information, the right knowledge, the right mindset to bring up, and raise future generations of strong and real men. And vice versa, we need divine feminine women, to build families with, to have children with, that can also help raise, a divine feminine woman also, because the world needs more sacred masculines, more divine feminines. Like, the world is crying out for this. It's crying out for people to express their true selves, their true authenticity, to speak their truth. I really hope what I've said tonight gets through to some of you. I know this isn't the most best structured video. I just wanted to try something new. I wanted to try a calmer approach, a little bit longer, a little bit more waffling, a little bit more just of a chatty approach, and see how it goes. But thanks, Rise of the Real. Have a great start to the new year. Nothing but love, abundance and blessings.